No, I don't think it's a big deal. Mom, I had 400,000 Vine followers. Do you think I give a shit about 5,000 measly YouTube subscribers? Because I do. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the official homepage of the internet, which is for some reason this video. Today's going to be a little bit different. Normally I like to be pretty negative and complain about stuff because I feel like it speaks to an anger we all have inside us that we are constantly trying to repress. But today's different because it's a special day. Yes, I'm celebrating the first and hopefully not last YouTube subscriber milestone that I reached, 5,000. Thank you guys for watching my videos and liking them enough to want to see more in the future. So today I'm going to be doing something that has been requested a lot lately, a Microsoft Paint tutorial. As you can see here, I am very talented when it comes to the classic Windows program. Now, if you guys have seen my videos before, then you've noticed that before I make the videos, I'll put together some visual aid that has to do with the theme of the video. I don't really know why I started doing this, but it just became like a fun thing for me to include, and I just continue to do it. I think just because of the way I frame the shot, it's just something to add on. Now, I sent out a tweet earlier for which I provided no context, but I asked you guys to reply to it with a noun, and I'm going to use that noun to inspire the creations I do on Microsoft Paint today. If you're here because you want to see me complain about something, I just don't really have anything to complain about right now, but I'm going to try to make this entertaining nonetheless. Alright, so the last thing I want to do is assume anybody's skill level. If I start off the video and I'm already in Paint, guns a-blazing, people might be confused and they'll start crying, and they'll be crying so loud they can't hear the video and they're not going to watch it anymore, and I don't want that. So first things first, I'm going to show you guys how to get into Paint. Now, step one is to own a computer. If you don't know what a computer is, just do a quick Google search. If you can't afford a computer for whatever reason, maybe because you, I don't know, recently got pickpocketed by a menacing looking kindergartner, you can always try visiting your local library. They have computers there and they'll let you use one, but only if you find the oldest librarian in the building and whisper the secret password, which is of course books. Now, if you don't have Paint, you're going to want to do a quick search. So click this button here and type in Paint, which is of course spelled P-A-I-W. Perfect, so now we're in Paint. So let's run through a few of the basic tools. You of course have the pencil tool, which if you have a 3D printer will print out a working pencil for you. You have the fill tool, which I use a lot, and all you have to do is click anywhere and it will write the name Phil in all caps. So that's really helpful if you know someone named Phil. You of course have the A tool, which if you click on it takes you directly to the Wikipedia page for the letter A. You've got the little white square tool, which is cool if you want to put, you know, little white squares in the word fill. And then you've got these two tools, which seem to do absolutely nothing. All right, so that's pretty much all you need to know to get started. So we're going to start off with some of the words. Thomas Sanders, who you may know from Vine, has the most followers of anybody who replied to my tweet, so I of course have to prioritize him. Now, the easy thing to do would just be to draw a pineapple here, but I'm going to go with a little bit of word association. When I think pineapple, I of course think SpongeBob, and when I think SpongeBob, I think Patrick Star. Now, Patrick is a little pink starfish that lives in the ocean, so we're going to make a little pink starfish that, you guessed it, lives in the ocean. Now, it wouldn't be Patrick without those beautiful blue eyes. Oh my God, those are gorgeous. Now, Patrick, unfortunately, is having a bad day, so we're gonna put a little frown on his face. And you might be wondering, why is Patrick sad? And I feel like it goes without saying, but the reason he's sad is because he's thinking about 9/11. All right, next word comes from Meme You in Hell, aka the Jug. All right, so we're gonna start this off by drawing a few kids. If you don't know what a kid is, kids are basically like adults, but they're smaller and stupider. So that's what I'm going to be drawing here. Just going to start off with some stick figures. Now, as you can see, the kid on the right is pretty normal. He's a smart kid, as denoted by his glasses. And the kid on the left is in the process of falling down. Now, I should, of course, give them names. This guy looks like a Fred. And this guy on the right is, of course, a different Fred. Now, it's unclear exactly why Fred fell down, but what is clear is that in doing so, he spilled his Danimals yogurt for kids everywhere. Now, meanwhile, Fred on the right is not drinking Danimals, but he is experiencing joy watching Fred spill his. All right, word number 3 coming in hot. This one was submitted to us by one at Arc Archilo. I don't know. Who cares? Now, I want to thank 2010 Avril Lavigne very much for this word. I'm a huge fan of your music, but just a heads up, things only go downhill for you from here. Anyway, the word they sent was okay, I got this. Temporomandibular joint disorder, temporary. Now, I had the same reaction to this word as I assume all of you did, and that is that I don't know what the fuck it is. So this one's pretty easy. It's just going to be a big old question mark. Thank you, 2010 Avril Lavigne. Keeping it going now with a word from Blake Molnar. He says Dorito. Included in this is hashtag SP, which means it's a sponsored post. I don't know if this means he was sponsored to tell me the word Dorito. Please, I don't want to hear any comments about how this doesn't look anything like a bag of chips and looks more like an iPad that's been set on fire. All right, now this wouldn't be complete without oodles of money being thrown at the Doritos, or maybe coming from the Doritos. Who's to say for sure? And this is easily my worst one so far. Thank you, Blake. All right, now Spicy Boy sent in the word Ewan McGregor. Now this one is very close to my heart, as I have recently been watching the Star Wars movies again. I'm a huge fan of those movies. Actually, just a couple days ago, I watched Revenge of the Sith, and so this is very fresh in my mind. So Spicy Boy, you didn't know this, but great timing on your part. And this one I'm gonna make pretty quick. I actually draw Obi-Wan quite a bit, so we're going to draw him from my favorite scene in the movie, the epic fight between him and Anakin Skywalker, and we are done. Okay, so this one was pretty easy. Thank you, John, for such a simple word. For this one, I just drew a nice-looking young man innocently standing somewhere, and I pointed to his nose so you would know where his nose was. So nothing too crazy going on here. Oh, I spoke too soon. That's not good. Looks like the young man is sniffing Steve's pizza, and Steve does not look very happy about it. Now, the next word comes from Holden a Fork. And it is Spy Kids. Thank you, Holden a Fork. The Spy Kids here, ironically, are the same kids from earlier, Fred and Fred. The only difference in this photo is, of course, that Fred now has sunglasses because he's cool, and the other Fred is getting fired because he fell down. This one comes from Cream Pie Guy 3. He says, but, haha. Now, for me, there were two easy ways to interpret this. One is that Rotund was simply laughing at the word but I think the correct way to interpret this was instead that the but itself is laughing. Oh, to be a butt. Thank you, Rotund. This one comes from Trevor Jones. Thank you, Trevor Jones. This one says a manila folder with the word confidential on the front, but the folder just contains a bunch of pictures of Miranda Cosgrove. This one is very funny, Trevor. Thank you for that. Now, this can only be told in two parts. Part one is, of course, looks like you've just happened upon a folder that says confidential on it, and whoever wrote the word confidential used too big of a font for them to fit the whole word into one line. Interesting. I wonder what's inside. Oh, Miranda! Who put you in here? This tweet comes from Vaughn. He says genocide. This one's just going to be a big old no for me. This next one comes from Tired T. They say 1,000 hugs. Now, this one is very easy. It's just going to be a picture of the Owl City singer. And this one comes from Logan Wright. Their word is tears. Now, for this one, I'm just going to draw a boy, give him some hair, draw a couple tears, because that's what this is about. Now, the only question that still remains is, why is this young man sad? And unfortunately, he too is thinking about 9/11. You guys gotta stop doing that. All right, and finally, the last one comes from at Drew Kuss 16. I love the name Drew. Now, his noun is 2 Kung Fu Panda 2 DVDs being used as a diary. Now, this one was a little tricky, so we're going to start by making the background a nice lime green color. And then we're going to go ahead and open up Google Chrome and play my Vine compilation. Dear Diary, today I couldn't find my diary, so I'm writing this on both of my Kung Fu Panda 2 DVDs. All right, some of my best work yet. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned some stuff. This was a very serious tutorial meant solely for educational purposes, so I hope you walked away with some more skills than what you had before. And thank you for all the support I've gotten recently. It's funny, this is a 5,000 subscriber special, and by the time I upload this, I might hit 10K, which is really cool. I've gotten like 3,000 subscribers in the past couple days, so I'm super appreciative of that. Seriously, it means a lot to see, you know, like every time I look at my phone, I feel like I'm getting another nice comment from someone, and it really makes me feel good to see that, because I work hard on these and I want a lot of people to see them and validate my existence by telling me I'm funny. If you guys did just randomly happen upon my channel recently in the past few days or weeks or whatever, let me know like in the comments where you found me, because I'm genuinely curious if it's just like the YouTube algorithm is like promoting my videos more, or if it's I'm just curious like where it's coming from. But I am very appreciative of all the support, and I'm gonna keep making videos as much as I can. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked what you saw, Sol with an L, and you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. Comment your date of birth and social security number if you feel like that's something I need to know. And I think that's it. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will be back soon when I find something new to complain about. So, see you then. By the way, I was serious when I said I just watched Revenge of the Sith the other day, and I'd seen it before, but I saw it for the first time in a few years, and my God, does this movie fuck me up every time. It is so sad. There are like 10 or 12 moments in this movie that just made me want to cry. Like I was this close to losing it, and I'm very proud to say, not to brag or anything, but I am bragging, I only cried 3 times. So if you didn't think I was cool before, you probably still don't.